Hey guys, what is up? It is Duosion Duo in a Monster Hunter Guild thing of happiness.
Guild thing of happiness? You mean podcast?
Yes, we're doing a podcast, ladies and gentlemen.
Guildcast, okay.
Guildcast indeed. But we are here with episode 1 of the Guildcast.
Episode 1, yes.
Indeed.
Alright, sounds like that's what we're calling it.
Now, what is this Monster Hunter podcast of absolute happiness and other things? Well, it is about Monster Hunter. That's it.
That's quite obvious.
When we talk about certain things in Monster Hunter during certain times every other week. Yes.
Yeah, so you can look forward to these videos along with our regular stuff. We'll start out with the introductions, I guess. I'll start. So, as you guys know, I am Green Duosion, in quotes here, as they call me.
AKA that Crayola.
AKA Crayola, for my Monster Hunter names, and also some other nicknames we do in other games. My real name is Ryan. You probably heard us talking when we do Monster Hunter. That's and then someone says Ryan. That's me.
That's me.
So no, it's shut up. So how are you guys doing? My name's Ryan. Just a little more personable. And my associate here.
My name is Mr.Blue, the best of the Duosians, the shiny, the sparkle in the sky.
Okay.
And I am also known as Lucas Senior in the Monster Hunter games. And surprise, surprise, guess what my real name is?
Senior?
Yeah. How'd you know? Yes, but my name is Lucas. Nice to meet you. I am definitely better than Green.
Okay. Don't believe him.
And we have our third loser.
Loser? I am Faded Blue because I'm related to Mr. Blue.
Oh, okay. Faded Blue, hello.
Slightly older.
He's just a lone solo solosis. It's fine.
I am a Lancet inside your Monster Hunter video experiences, and I am a Lance user, as you know, and my name is Josiah. I don't know if you guys have ever heard that. Usually I just go by Joko on most of my videos or whatever, but...
Videum. Alright. Now, the first topic at hand is, what is your first experiences in Monster Hunter? And how you got into it. So, I think I'll start since I'm the oldest. I'm the oldest Monster Hunter player.
I was about to say, sir, I am far older than you.
but none the wiser.
It's Lucas.
Now I'm hurting. Because if I'm less mature than this kid, then I might as well just go.
Okay, let's take everything back to the beginning. Back in when the Earth was created.
Oh wait,
before time began.
Before we even point this out, I think we might as well point out that none of us have played Monster Hunter 2 Freedom Unite.
Yeah, what are you going into?
Oh, congratulations, you suck.
Shut up. Okay, so, from my long journey. So, when it was a little babby and had no games whatsoever, I saw a particular game sitting on that shelf, and that game was Monster Hunter 3U for Wii U. And I was like, there are no games to play. Like, where's my Pikmin? So, I was like, okay, time for some Monster Hunter, even though I never heard of it or never heard or never played. So, I started playing. Bit difficult at the beginning because there's a lot to learn. But once you get in, you're like, yeah, best game ever.
Mm-hmm.
So, after, I think I got like pretty much single player G rank, and then I just stopped playing because I was like, how old back then? So I just stopped.
Yeah.
So, after that, Monster Hunter 4 got revealed after a few years later, and I tried to contain my hype for that game, so I just completely ignored it until it finally came out here to America, North America. So, and then when that game came out, I got more into it, so I learned like more of the details of how to actually play the game properly. Like I could play it well, but not as well. So that's how I've been into Monster Hunter, and now we have Cross coming out, but we'll go into that later. Now, the weapons I choose for myself are Switch Axe and Insect Glaive. I like Insect Glaive for that jump and ride attacks, and I love the Switch Axe for that raw power and damage. Take it away, second oldest Monster Hunter player.
Alright, I started off with Monster Hunter 3 when he brought it home. I saw him playing, and I thought, I might as well try. It looks kind of fun. And I was absolutely booty, and I thought it was terrible, and I didn't like it at all. And I kind of dropped it shortly after I got it. I thought it was a terrible game, far too difficult. Didn't get far at all. I was a longsword user when I started. I thought that was the coolest, but
it's a good single-player weapon.
It is. But eventually, after dropping it, I did pick it up again, Monster Hunter 3, and got a bit further. I never really got too far in Monster Hunter 3. I think I got somewhere in high rank. I'm not really sure where I ended off in 3. But,
did you fight the Ciatus?
Yes, I beat the Ciatus.
Then you got into
Yeah, I know. I don't know how much further I got past that.
Did you fight the Ivory Leg, Chris?
No.
Then that's the end fight to get into G rank, or what is G rank of single player.
Okay, so no, I was somewhere in high rank then when I quit. I did enjoy the experience. Like, there was nothing about it that I didn't enjoy after that. I think I just kind of, at the time, I was seriously addicted to Little Big Planet, so I think that's probably what took me away. I think I played Little Big Planet for 5 years, non-stop, no other games pretty much, and the other games I did play, I just cleared in 2 or 3 days, like Assassin's Creed games and stuff like that I played, and I just beasted my way through the game so I could get back to making stuff in Little Big Planet. But anyway, when I saw Monster Hunter 4 coming out, I don't know what it really was that rekindled it so much, but I just was so hyped for it. Like, it looked so amazing. It's like, I really want that Monster Hunter experience so badly. So I played 3 a little bit more after that, but didn't get too much into it, because 4 was coming out relatively soon when I started playing again. And it came out, and that's when the game really clicked for me. I think it might have also been the improved mechanics. It wasn't as sluggish as 3. Like, some people might say that was all part of the difficulty, but I think that in Monster Hunter 4, it really is an improvement. Not a reduction of difficulty, but just generally better mechanics, and it made it easier for me to play. In Monster Hunter 4, I've just been playing nonstop. I've played way over 400 hours in that game, maybe 5 now. I'm not sure. I didn't check anytime recently, but
I never usually turn that game off, so I don't know what my hours are.
Okay, well, I turned it off. I know around how much I've done, but Hunter rank 200 something now. I think it's 203 or 4.
I'm beating you still.
Yeah, I know you're still beating me by a couple levels, but I'm a Lance user in that when I was watching all the previews inside of the game, all the weapons, I wanted to try something different. And when I found out the Lance had the split damage, that it would do cutting when it was... it would do cutting damage, but it would do more damage on impact zones if the impact zone was higher. So, like, if it was impact 50 on the head or something like that, and cutting was 45, it would do the 50 rather than the 45. And I just thought that was incredible. And then I found out it could do ride attacks, and that it just had so many incredible elements to it. It's the creator of the game's favorite weapon, and it's been around for ages. I used it normally, became an evade lancer, never really got it too much into block, but I don't discount block. I use block when I think it's effective. Sometimes I just can't evade in the right direction quick enough, so I'll throw out my block instead, or if I see a roar coming and I don't think I'm going to get the timing right, block with shield. I try and balance both of those two out for the most part, but really, I'm solo Lance all the time now. I can't really use any other weapons. I do have Great Sword, and I can use the Long Sword, but they certainly don't feel as natural to me as evade lancing. And I think that's it for me.
Mr. Green.
Alright, so I am the newest Monster Hunter player among us 3.
Scrub.
Well, so how I got into it was, when did 4 come out? When did 4U come out?
January
It was in
or
January?
February? One of the two.
I think it was February, because, February seems right. So Monster Hunter 4U came out in February, and I know all of my friends, these 2 included, were very, very hyped for the 4U coming out, and I really didn't care. I'm a huge Pokemon player. I've played every single version. I own every single version for the handheld, anyways. And for the handheld games, I mean, I've played like Mario Kart and Mario as well. and some other games, but Pokemon has always been that treasure game close to my heart. That's always been like one of my favorite video games. So I really didn't care about Monster Hunter. It's like the 4th installment. I was like, I'm not gonna play the others. Like, I don't really care. So I just kind of let it be. But after the game came out, these guys spent all their time playing it, and Pokemon, they still did occasionally play with us, but Pokemon kind of got lost in the dust of Monster Hunter, essentially. And what ended up happening was I would come over, and what we do is like pretty much every day we just get together after work and we play video games, like when me and Lucas here aren't recording. And so what would happen is they're all playing Monster Hunter, and here I am playing Pokemon on my own. Like, there's no one to have free-for-alls with. There's no one to single battle with. There's like 6 of us, and 5 of us are playing. Well, what happened was we have another friend who ended up playing it, but he was kind of jumping on the bandwagon. He wasn't going to get it. He was more like me, and he just wanted to play Pokemon. But he wanted to get it because he knew everyone else was getting it. So he got the game, and he got through like the first couple levels or something. Like, he only did like the very basic, like low rank 1 first quest or something. And he ended up like not playing it a whole lot. And he gave it to me actually shortly after. He said, "Hey, I don't want this anymore. You can have it." And he's like, "Do you want it?" And I was like, "You know what? Yeah." I was thinking about getting into Monster Hunter because, I mean, at the time, I was thinking I was more of a bandwagoner too. I was like, yeah, I'll jump on. But it's like, when other people I see that I know that I'm friends with like a game, I figure I can get into it because I might like that game too. It's not the same with all games. Obviously, everyone has their own preferences, but I thought, hey, it's like, I mean, I played Skyrim, and I loved Skyrim. It's a fantasy, like, monster slaying game. Why not? Why would I not like that? It's like a grittier version of Pokemon, if you think about it. So I took it, but I didn't actually play it for months, and I think it was around March or early April that I actually started, of 2015, so I mean, this is very recent, that I actually decided to pop in the game because everyone, again, was playing Monster Hunter, and I had no one to play Pokemon with.
I think you figured that we were going to phase out eventually. But we didn't.
I mean, yeah, but, I mean, I figured, like, you'd always come back to, because you always did come back to Pokemon.
Oh, yeah.
Like, you would play, like Super Smash Bros. When it came out, me included, was all really huge into Super Smash Bros. For the DS because that was revolutionary. Like, Super Smash Bros. Has only ever been for a console; it's never been handheld. So of course, like, we would play that. We would play it on the Wii U as well, but we never actually stuck to that game solely. So when these guys never stopped playing Monster Hunter, I was like, screw it, I'll give it a go. And I started playing, and I quickly got hooked. Let me tell you, I was addicted in minutes of the game. And I was asking my friends, like, hey, what weapons do you guys use? Because when it's me, and I knew it was a game you could play with up to 4 people, I like to have variety, so I really didn't want to choose anything that anyone else had. Honestly, if it was something that I really wanted, I wouldn't have cared. But for me, 2 weapons quickly caught my eye. It was the longsword and it was the dual blades. And I ended up choosing dual blades. See, me, in video games, I always like straight melee. I don't like ranged attacks like guns or anything. I was never big into like shooters or anything, so I was always more of a sword user if I could be, like physical weapons. So I was like, you know what, I'll try dual blades because I just like the idea. And shortly after that, I was told by another friend, hey, you know, you have like a demon mode. And I thought that was really cool. At the cost of stamina, you can deliver some really hard hits. And then, like, once you get the demon gauge full, you just deactivate it and you have those same wombo combos and can just ruin people's lives, or monsters' lives rather, with the dual blades after that. And they're a very fast striking weapon. Yes, they lack defense, but I really enjoy them regardless because I can move fairly fast with them. You can get decent armor sets for them as well. So pretty much that's what I started with, and I mean, here I am now. I'd like to say I'm fairly skilled now. While I may be a bit of a noob, I'm new at the game, obviously. I've only been playing for a few months. But I like to consider myself decent, rose to the ranks of my friends here, and I can definitely hold my own if people start dying or have to go and take care of themselves, right, kind of thing. So Pretty much that's how I got into the game. It's my choice of weapon right there for you. So that's pretty much what you need to know about me.
Yes, I forgot to mention I should have been more detailed on my weapon choices. In 3, when I picked up 3, I think I tried the hunting horn to begin with because I just love the thought of playing a musical weapon, but I dropped it because it's definitely much more of a multiplayer. Not like it's a very effective weapon, even in single, it just didn't suit my style. So then I went to switch axe.
Yeah.
Switch
I
axe.
mean...
But after that, I used it all through all 3, and it was great, and I made like the Helios stuff. It was amazing. But then when I went to 4, I started off with the switch axe again because I just figured why not. I was thinking of the charge blade, but I just stuck with the switch axe. And until I got to, I think literally right at the point of G rank, like I was still using the switch axe, but I decided to try out a different weapon just to try something new. So I went to the insect glaive because I didn't know anything about it. It's a very complicated weapon when it comes to upgrading it, but I definitely fell in love with that weapon, and I'd probably say I'm better with the insect glaive now because how much I've used it now, but I'm still very close with the switch axe, and that's the more detailed.
I've tried a couple other weapons myself.
Oh, yeah,
I've tried sword and shield, I've tried great sword and such, and I don't think they're bad weapons. It's just once you become accustomed to evade lancing, specifically evade lancing, considering it's such a unique set compared to other weapons, considering the back hop and how you have to use it as your actual method of traveling with the evade distance. It's just a whole different world, a whole different ball game of Monster Hunter. And I think once, like, I know that lots of people, like Gaijin Hunter and other people who play the game, maybe probably quite a bit more avidly than even me, they can use all these different weapons. But I would rather prefer to continue to hone my skills in one specific weapon rather than switch between multiple different weapons. That's just how I prefer to play.
And that's the thing too, like when they're talking about their personal styles of how they like to use things. Like me, as I said, like I love playing melee stuff. I like hand to hand rather than distance, because I just like my personality. I'd rather be in the heat of battle delivering a beating than standing far away from someone picking off bit by bit. Nothing against gunners or anything. I mean, if that's the way you play, I'm not bashing you whatsoever. I just personally like the speed, the flow, the movements of dual blades. I think it's excellent. And I've tried other weapons. I've tried longsword. Longsword's decent. I mean, if I didn't choose dual blades, I'd definitely be a longsword user. And I've tried the greatsword as well. I mean, it's powerful and that's nice, but I can't deal with the lack of speed for power. I can't do that, especially with some monsters being as big or as fast or even both as they are. I can't deal with losing all that speed for just some power. I mean, I can evade a lot of hits and just strike back with my dual blades and not worry about that. So,
well, as a lance, I am happy that you chose dual blades over longsword. We have with a insect glaive flipping about and longsword. If a longsword was there, oh my goodness, I'd never get an attack off.
Well, in fact, my 2 weapons are not like they're definitely not the highest trippiest, but they do trip pretty badly with lancers.
Well, yeah, Lance
I try my best, but sometimes
the weakest super armor in the game.
It's hard to avoid people when you don't even see them because you're chipping through the monster.
Yeah,
and you're like, oh, whoops, hit you. Yeah. But what can you do?
Yeah, I mean, is there anything else we want to say about that, or we want to talk about our next subject here?
Oh yeah, I guess
we should take a quick break first.
Yeah, but our next subject will be Monster Hunter Cross.
Yeah,
and everything about it. That's revealed in our impressions.
Yeah.
See you guys soon.
In a bit. Yeah. Welcome back.
Oh.
Okay.
Hello. We're back to talk about Cross. Now, nobody is cross about this game.
Okay, I'm cross with that comment, though. We've reviewed the trailers, the new reveal information and everything, and we have some things we'd like to say, some things that we've noticed, things that we would hope to see, and, I mean, overall, just our opinions of the upcoming game. So, how about you begin, Lucas?
So, we're going to start off with the village that was revealed, and all its beautifulness.
Oh, it's so lush.
Yes, the
So
colors.
hilly.
The colors, yes.
I definitely like this place compared to like other ones, like 3 and 4.
There's just something really.
Well, it looks like it's like from Ireland or something in the mountains.
Like
it looks so nice and pretty.
Yeah.
It's like
it's just lush and it's
bright. I like when the location's bright.
it just
Absolutely, it feels like home.
Yeah.
Like it's not with 3. I find like it looks nice because it's like seaside, but at the same time, it almost looks as if you're setting up. The setup there looks as if it's not permanent.
Yeah.
If you know what I mean. Like in 4, I loved the village, and like Valhavar in 4, like you were moving around a lot. But in 3, the village kind of looks like you kind of set up camp and you're gonna leave at any moment, kind of thing.
Yeah.
So, but this one, it really looks like home, and that's what I like about it. It's so just official and stationary looking, I guess you could say.
I just love the air balloons everywhere.
Yeah, no, it looks real nice.
It feels like a real fantasy version of a medieval town.
Yeah, almost. Yeah.
And and also that hammer is pretty cool for a beginning weapon. It's like
cool hammer,
Yeah.
cool stone hammer one.
we got like a little wizard kitty.
Yeah.
I don't know what he does. And then you have like the little attendant ladies that do the give you the quest.
Give you the quest, the guild ma'am or
Yeah.
whatever her name is.
She's all right looking. They look like they're from the Air Forces, which I guess that has to do with the balloons. So
I have a feeling that they're going to be do a good job with her because they did a really good job in 4 with the guild marm.
Oh, they gave her such personality.
Yeah.
Like she really cared about your character, and she went from like a silly, ditzy kind of girl to like a very deep set character that actually like cared about you, and almost like, I'm not gonna say love interest, but it's almost along those lines, you know what I mean? Like you, especially when you go to fight like the Apex Seregios, and she was like so worried and everything, and the Shigaru Magala and how worried she gets and everything. But it adds a third dimension to a character. They're not just like bland, like the guild mistress in 3U was just awful. Yeah. She was literally just like, all right, got some new stuff for you, here you go, and that was pretty much it. But they're definitely adding depth to their characters, which is very nice. And what you were about to say something?
when it comes to the new village, the one thing that is most important to me is just like how the commons in Monster Hunter 4, that's my favorite place, and that's only where I go now because of how conveniently everything's placed.
Yeah.
Because you got the smith and the caravan on the one side with the shop and the other shop for weaponry, and then you got the food and the quests on the other side. They're perfectly placed together for me.
Yeah.
So it works so well for me. So as long as this village is like well placed.
Yeah, it's not like all over the place. Like you want to get your food, and it's like across the map from the quest lady, and then which is across the map from the smith, which is across the map from the actual location.
Oh yeah. Also another thing is having the chest right beside the quest.
That's nice.
Because I just like in 3 where you have to go in the house every time.
Oh my goodness,
It's brutal.
Yeah.
But with that, I think we can go on to the next topic of the new location.
You mean the new areas that you have to fight?
Yep. Which I think we only know of. Truly, we know only the one, which is the prehistoric location.
You mean of new ones, at least? We know a lot of returning areas. Ancestral Steppe is inside the video.
No, I realize all the 4 ones, but I'm talking about like there was that winter area that we saw the mammoth, but that isn't the one from 3. So
it isn't.
No.
Oh, okay.
No. But so let's first talk about this one. So, what do you get your initial impressions off of Dinosaur Land?
Jurassic Park!
It actually looks really good. I like how they got all of the vegetation and like the mountain scenery looked just as if it would for like a prehistoric era. Like the monsters themselves, like usually you had those the 4-legged herbivores that you would carve like the raw meat off of, the ones that looked like they have like duckbills. but this time they have a very, it's like a long neck dinosaur with spikes up its neck. It has a crest on its head with nostrils up there. Even that in itself is great detail.
And they're supposed to interact with nature, so they'll actually go to a tree and start eating.
Which is excellent. That's amazing. Like, I like how they're adding in, I'm going to use this word a lot, depth to the little things.
Well, it's not the only type they've ever had the interaction. The little Anaroths, I believe they're
called.
They'll
Ultras
always walk
still,
over to mushrooms and...
But that's so you can. That's like for your benefit, so you can actually get like the what is it called, like the aged mushroom or the fungus.
Just watch after they eat the food, they're going to drop out dung bombs for you.
I hate it.
That premium quality.
Well, I wonder if when you kill these guys, if you'll get, because of their size, I wonder if you'll get more carves off of them than usual, or
I think it'll just be 2, same as the ones from 3.
Could be.
We got more climbing.
Climbing's back. That's nice.
Yeah.
I hope it's the climbing mechanics from 4U. The one in 3U was annoying as heck.
I think it's going to be 4U.
Oh, yeah.
It's running on the same mechanic.
It better be. Because 4U was great. You could jump like a few feet. And it took up stamina. But like the running, and I use quotes when I say that, climbing in 3 was just a tiny bit more sped up and it sucked.
Honestly, as long as this place doesn't have Area 7 Ancestral Step place, I'm fine with it.
I have a feeling that'll be there, because Ancestral Step is back, so unless they alter the map.
No, I know Ancestral Step is back, but I doubt this map will have that, because everybody hated it.
Maybe. We'll see.
It's like, why they don't... It's clear that they don't add things that people clearly don't like.
Bywater. Never coming back.
Ah, it's coming back.
No,
you just said it yourself. Not bringing back stuff that nobody likes. You're like the only person who likes it.
And that's only because he sat there. Nice pause. That's awesome.
So in this area, we got the new little minions. I'm going to guess these are the replacements for Joggies in this game.
Well, they look like they're supposed to be Joggies.
Yeah, they pretty much look like they replaced it. They're more
probably just another breed, another species.
They're more bird wyvern sort of Joggies.
But they're also kangaroo-ish, as you see by its larger form.
It's a bird kangaroo-ish dinosaur.
And to be honest, I like this better. This looks nicer than the Joggy. Joggy's kind of generic.
This reminds me of like 3 with the Korapeko, how vibrant and more interesting it was compared to like Yan Cuckoo from the older games.
Yeah, and of course they bring back the Yan Cuckoo.
Yeah, the Yan Cuckoo.
Well, if you think about it, like the Joggies, like they were like purple, and like the Iodromes, like they were red, and they showed up in like a red location with rocks. But I mean, if you really think about it, these ones here are green with a vegetation background. So I think it's more to like blend in with the environment. Like maybe not like we won't be able to see them, but it's just to make it look like in nature.
Invisible Joggies.
Shut up. In nature, they would blend in more to their prey. Like I mean, we obviously see them, but we're dominant. We're awesome.
So on another note, we're going into the specials of the weapons.
We can talk about that after. We'll continue on with location first. Well, then we'll come back to specials.
Yeah, I guess so. Okay, so pretty much, I'm pretty sure all the locations from 4 are back. That's pretty much a guarantee.
Most likely.
From what we saw pretty much all of them except for Volcanic Hollow.
Oh, I was just going to say, I hope Volcanic Hollow.
Oh, no, we did see Volcanic Hollow.
Yeah, we did. The Tetsukabra was there.
Oh, that's right.
And and also the Ignactor, who is back from 3.
Ignactor!
I love his armor.
As long as the Cephadrome is not back. I hate
Cephadrome.
it. Yeah, I agree. Cephadrome can go die in a hole.
Maybe the Nimble Snarf replaced him.
I would take that. I've never fought one, but I would take it.
It's a Nimble Snarf. Everybody likes the Nimble Snarf.
Cephadrome is like the derp shark.
I hate it. It was so annoying.
It's like the thing. I only remember fighting that thing 3 times, and one was just for the lulz. You rarely have to fight that thing.
The Cephadrome? But the one to get to from G1 to G2, you had to fight 2 of them. That was incredibly annoying.
The Cephadrome, though, is worth nothing in the game.
Yeah.
No.
How many Cephadrome weapons do people use? How many people do you see wearing Cephadrome armor?
Exactly. Yeah. It was just a filler, annoying monster. And the thing is, I don't know if it was the same with you guys, but I had a real hard time telling the Cephadromes from the
baby ones.
Yeah, the Cephapray or whatever.
I agree. They are.
But it was like, similar. There's one. Wait, no, they're not. Like the baby ones are actually quite large.
Yeah.
But I am happy they brought all back and forth those locations, because you're already used to those maps, so you don't really have to learn.
No, you don't have to adapt.
Yeah, you don't have to
Right.
adapt to the new maps, but you still get a few new, so you get some new fresh.
Yeah, so it's not just cookie cutter.
Like, personally, I wish the ancestral stuff wasn't in the game still, but
I hope they add Mocha Woods in from 3. I think that would be pretty fun. Like,
Yeah, I
I
would
wish
love
they
that.
would revamp it a bit, but I do like Mocha Woods.
yeah, I did love that map. But then again, there's water there, so no.
Ooh, Das Boot.
So, do you think, because they have we'll go on to it later, but different maps from each game, do you think they're going to have a few maps from each game?
I think so, yeah. I think there'll definitely be some maps in
So
there
in
from
that
3.
case, so we can't say anything about 2 or 1, whatever.
Well, 1 and 2 are
Yeah.
one and the same, pretty much.
But we don't know those games.
Yeah.
But for 3, what map do you think they would bring back out of them? If not Mocha Woods, if you already said that. Which we can't because of water.
The fire location they could
See,
bring
that
back.
location's sexy.
Yeah.
That was much better than a volcanic hollow.
Yes, I honestly, like, when it was Sunken Hollow, I didn't mind it, but Volcanic Hollow just bothered me.
I just
hated it.
the what was it called again? The fire location? Do you remember?
In 3,
Yeah,
I am not. A Volcanic Mount?
volcanic map, something like that. It was just so great because you start off in this luscious forest, which would go perfect with this theme of the game with the dinosaur location.
I mean, if you think about it, like, volcanoes were very prominent
Yeah.
during the dinosaur
Exactly.
age, and at the base of
Actually, that
them
makes way too
are
much sense.
exactly at the
But-
base of them are these lush forests
But it's
because
so
the
cool.
the soil is so
So you
fertile.
start up at the base, and then you go into this luscious forest for one area, which has a lot of the butterflies and the vegetation. Then you go, and then there's one other area right beside, if I recall, which after you go those 2 forest areas, you break off to the volcanic, which is the start of the mountain, which you have like a little puddle area, like you don't even get to swim in it, but there's a little puddle area right near it.
Yeah.
So you got to start off there. So it's like the start where water's surrounding it, the volcano. Then you slowly, gradually get up, and once you get up higher, you have to have cool drinks. But you keep going up higher and higher to the highest point where like the materials get rarer, and you get to the very top, and it just feels so cool. And then you can like jump off.
And then you get to pick up a fiery, hot
I know what you're talking
piece of soot
Yeah.
and walk all the way back down.
While being chased by several iodromes.
no
I
iodromes
hate
in that game, but
Good.
just that.
He doesn't
Oh
need the
my
carrying
goodness.
gems.
I know, but that particular one really frustrated just about everybody here when we started on Monster
Well,
Hunter,
yeah,
except
but
for
once I found out there was carrying jewel, I was like, oh,
Yeah.
this is fine.
what was it?
Was there any other locations you could think?
Yeah, the one. I think it's in the preview, as a matter of fact. The Chinese location or Japanese location.
Oh
from,
yeah, that's right.
3.
With the bubble dragon.
Yeah,
Yeah, that.
I believe that's that location.
If it is, I'm so happy because that's definitely
that
the
was a
vision.
gorgeous location.
Yeah, and I would love to fight the Zenogre there again.
Yeah.
Oh, that'd be nice.
I wonder if there's going to be a lot more maps in this one compared to the prior ones.
I think.
I think so because
fact-
just from what
well,
they revealed, and they
yeah, think
haven't
about it.
obviously
You got
revealed
all
everything.
the 4, pretty much. I can pretty much guess that we have all of 4,
Yeah.
and we have then additional.
Yeah.
So I think we're going to have a lot more maps.
3's desert location could probably show up too. I don't think there were any desert.
I don't think
locations.
so because
And it's always possible too that, I mean, if like they start out by giving us the new ones plus the ones from 4, and then monthly DLC might have a location.
I've never seen them do that, but it's always.
It's just possible speculation,
But
right?
When it comes to the desert to 3, I honestly doubt it for the fact that Nibblesnarf is in the Monster Hunter 4 desert.
True. Oh, right. That does. I was like, what desert location? Duh.
And that's
one.
the old Cephadrome, so
But I like that.
There.
I like the dunes.
Yeah, that was a nicer location than the one with the bear
Yeah.
off.
I like the dunes at night. During the day, I don't know what it is. It's just visually, it's not as nice.
Well,
to
yeah,
me.
because it's
I
all
like the
yellow.
shortcuts though.
Oh yeah, the shortcuts are nice. What are the locations for 3? Where they're Moga Woods? We can't have the water location, the forest.
Ew! Thank goodness I hated that location.
I'd take the Tundra over Monster Hunter 4's ice location.
I agree. The tundra from 3 was nicer.
It's like
Yeah.
seriously, this is the simple problem with all the bad maps. They have the middle area on a slope.
Yeah.
It is such an annoying problem, and they really need to learn that no one likes the slope. If not, make it a side area that
And
doesn't care about.
you know what the thing was with the For You ice location too is that, like, and I think you know what I'm talking about. There's one specific area where it starts to slope, where when you come out of the previous area and you see the monster, it's like, all right, ride attack time, and you run and you just go down. It's like, wait, that wasn't a hill. I can't jump off that.
Exactly.
And then the monster's already at you, so you can't get a ride attack off one of the other cliffs.
Granted, I don't
It's
have
just,
nearly that much of a problem because I use it.
well, no, using Sick Live, but I mean, like a Joe Schmo like me with your dual blades,
Yeah.
I have to get my jumps off, right? Or I can wait for Mr. Chargeblade over here to launch me in the sky.
You mean Switch Axe?
Whatever, man.
It doesn't matter. They both
do. The hammer's great for it.
Yeah.
And great swords as well, I believe.
I'm trying to think if there was any other locations in 3. There's Desert Ice Fire. What was the Heaven Mount version of 3?
It would be the Chinese location.
Yeah, you're right. Okay, other than that, I think that's pretty much it from what we know of maps-wise for 3.
Yeah.
So I think the greatest chances are definitely the Asian one, number 1, for the fact we're pretty sure we saw it. And we would love to see the volcano location.
Yeah.
And Mogul Woods.
I really do like the fact that they've added these new villages in as well, because though I haven't played Monster Hunter 2, I have seen visuals of Monster Hunter 2, and I've seen the town there, and I was always like, that is the coolest ice town ever. I love it.
Yeah, I think it's the most popular one, if I recall.
I don't blame them. I think it's an amazing looking town.
See, it was funny. I knew of the ice town in the original one from the first game, but I never heard of the third one because we didn't get portable third, so we didn't get that Asian town.
Yeah, it looks pretty.
Yeah.
I'll say that.
I definitely want. If I was saying the one I would probably choose to be in the most, I think I'd really like the Asian one from 3 that we never got. Because I really love the Asian style.
I think that if I can pick, or if it makes sense that you can just pick whichever one you want to go to on a regular basis, I'll probably choose Monster Hunter 2's location, because I've always been fond of the ice locations and such.
I wonder. This actually may make sense. So, they have three maps from the old games. The first one, which is the dirty area, the dirty old village. The second one's the ice one, and the third one's the Asian town. Now, this is what I'm thinking: that for each game and each town, they'll get the corresponding location to go with it. So each game will get one. Because we already saw the Asian one from 3, or at least we're pretty sure we saw it, and we have third's Asian town. 2 is the snow area, and we saw that snow area, and it's not, and we don't think it's from 3rd. At least I don't think it is. So it may be the Monster Hunter 2nd game.
It could be. Well, I assume that there are maps here from Monster Hunter 2nd that we don't know about.
Yeah, and I'm thinking that snow location, and then the first one will get, I don't remember what it was called. I've seen it before, but it's a very swampy looking location.
Oh, okay.
So maybe they'll all get their own corresponding one to go with their village.
Maybe.
That would be cool. Mm-hmm. So I guess we can go into the specials of the weapons.
Yeah.
Let's talk about that.
Okay.
Actually.
So Short Shield gets a spinny attack.
Well, you gotta know that not all the specials shown in the video are actually the specials that correspond
Yes, I
to the
realize.
weapon.
I'm just trying to go off from what the video shows, so we can't really confirm anything.
Well, I think, didn't they say that there's 4 specials for every single weapon?
There's 4 sets for every weapon, like different play styles.
Wasn't there different specials as well? No, there
No,
was one special.
Yeah, there's one special for each weapon. Right. And then, 4 different styles to go with these, but we'll go into the styles after. Yeah. So, Sword and Shield has this spin attack, or at least we just have to guess that these are the specials. If not, maybe not. Yeah. But it's got a spin attack, and it has massive range. Like, if you can't see it, but I'm hoping you guys seen the trailer, but literally, he hits all those green little bouncy kangaroo things.
We should, speaking of that, we should actually have a link to the trailer below.
Yeah, of course we will.
For any, like, for YouTube at least. Just so, and if you're listening to this on somewhere else, like iTunes or wherever else we're putting it, go check out the Monster Hunter Cross trailer, because you'll see all of these things, like as you were saying, like the sword and shield spin. It looks amazing. Like, you ever been sitting in a situation where you're surrounded by all the stupid small monsters? You just cleared them off the damn map.
Legends of Zelda.
Exactly.
Now, Everybody looks at this one and thinks the special is the thing where the dual blades anyway. Everyone sees in the trailer, they think the dual blades weird flip attack is a special, but I don't think that that's the special. Prior to him doing the flip, he activates demon mode, and I think that that's just showing the particular style.
I think because you know how
I'm not a demon blade user, but do the blades turn red naturally like that?
Yeah, that's demon mode.
Like completely red.
Yes, that's demon mode. When you activate demon mode, they turn red, and what happens is your stamina starts depleting at a rapid pace. But if you it gives you super combos that you can just smack real like repetitively and real fast. It's best to do it when the monster is knocked over or if it's tired and standing still for a minute, because then you have a little bar in the top left hand corner by your sharpness bar that fills up with red. Once it goes red and it starts flashing red and white, you deactivate demon mode, but you keep the combos and your stamina doesn't deplete. And the goal pretty much is to keep that bar at all times, so you're always super powered up. So what this actually looks like to me is when you're in demon or arc demon mode. Arc demon is when you take demon mode off when you're already full. When you're in either of these modes and you jump off a cliff, what happens is you perform a series of ride attacks, like you do a bunch of spins, and it almost looks like you did it here. Even though there's no cliff here, it could be a set where you can launch a ride attack right off the ground, almost like an insect glide.
We'll go into more detail, but one of the sets is the ride set where you jump on you jump on monsters. And
I don't think that's the ride though. That's the I'm pretty sure that's the it's not Legacy. It's the one where he says that you take a tricky situation and make it
take it to your advantage. It's the fourth one that hasn't really gone into much detail yet.
Yeah, but I think basically actually I'll get into that after we start talking about actual styles. But then this is obviously a super powerful move by the gun lance.
Yeah, the gun lance. It's Wyvern fire. It looks like it just they removed the limiter and just said, whatever, let it go,
baby.
But that weapon's going to be so good for elemental damage.
Yes.
Bring the weakness to your weapon and just let that rip when you get to do it. You will wreck it.
Yeah, the gun lance is going to
just imagine
a lot more powerful.
I wonder if the gun lance will, like, if you have a blast weapon, you'll just unleash blast.
Yeah, maybe.
I don't know, but it seems like.
Well, wait. You know how the Brachadios, when it gets desperate, it has that move where it plants its head in the ground, and then it does the full 360 blow up? I wonder if the Blast Gunner will have that. Or like the Blast Greatsword, like you'll slam it in the ground, almost like the Brachadios does with his head in the ground, and then completely around you it goes boom, 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 like further out and further out, just like the Brachadios does. That'd be amazing.
But it looks like from the Wyvern Fire from the gun lance, it looks like once you use it and you're hitting the monster, it seems to like, what would be the word? Sort of like how you exhaust a monster, it just, like from the trailer, it looks like it just plumps down because it's just exhausted because it just took all those hits.
Yeah.
Not like it like got flinched, but it literally just couldn't move and it was tired. So that looks pretty interesting. So next, here's my baby, my little baby, the Insect Glaive. Not only does they show off one of the coolest monsters, the Agnactor. Not the Agnactor. Is it?
No, no, or is it the Agnactor? The Acantor is the one it's for.
Yeah. So, the Insect Glaive, which we get to see, I'm pretty sure this is a special.
Yeah.
And pretty much what it says is, I gotta be a white mage.
Yeah.
I get to heal all the fools.
Mm-hmm. That's what it looks like. Anyway.
Yeah, so you pretty much just stab your thing to the ground. I wonder if you'll be able to get, like, different versions. Like, you have healing here, but...
Maybe it'll be weapon dependent?
Oh, no. I could totally see this. So, with the Insect Glaive, you can take different nectars from the monster.
Oh, yeah.
And so, the green is healing from, usually from the tail most of the time, depending on each monster. So, maybe dependent on the one you last grabbed as you use that special or something similar, you get the boost of each. So, red is attack, so you give your allies an attack boost, which makes me even think maybe this is a style and not a special. If that's how it works. It could be a great support set. Defense is orange. What would be white? What would white give a boost to? I don't know. Like, I don't care. It's some stat boost of some sort. But either way, then you stab into the ground and give those effects to people. It'd be the next hunting horn, but way better.
So I wonder what the hunting horn gets.
But I love this because the insect
It's a
glide.
womp womp.
The insect glide's always been one of the best weapons for just getting around everywhere and being. It's easy to dodge monsters with that weapon.
Yeah.
Because you're just so light and you're not usually stuck in an attack most of the time, so you can usually just move out of the way.
Well, that's why I like the dual blades too.
Yeah.
The dual blades are great for that.
But that'll be really interesting. I hope that's a style where it's a very supporty style where you stab the thing. If you get rid of the bouncing in return.
Yeah.
I could see that because now there's a style for riding now, just like every other weapon does now.
Mm-hmm.
So maybe now you have just a style where you just stab it in the ground.
Could be.
I like it. I will love that weapon and I will use it a lot if that is the case.
Yep.
It's all, and not to mention it looks really pretty. Okay, what was this? The light bow gun or the heavy bow gun? I can't remember.
That is the light bow gun, but
we're talking about where he jumps over the Raytheon.
The Raytheon inside the trailer. But if you notice, a lot of people don't actually point this out, or
How he jumps on the head.
Yes, when he jumps, this is the jumping style, evidently, and it also shows this with the greatsword later on in the trailer.
Yeah.
But most people don't notice. They think, oh, he's just doing a double jump. He's not doing a double jump.
Yeah.
This person, you can evidently see, is landing on the Raytheon's head and then jumping off. And with the greatsword, the greatsword user is landing on the leg of the Zamtrios and jumping up.
Yeah, and this is going a bit off, but pretty much what my guess is about the sort of the new ride style is that you know how a monster turns around and has to turn to the direction. So they're turning their head and they turn in their direction towards you. It seems like that would be the moment where you get to use the ride move when it's not in attack mode and it's just turning, or when it's pretty much in neutral zone. But I think that'd be the greatest moment to get it, and you can jump off either the head or the tail, depending on the monster.
Could be.
And I'm like, okay, that would work pretty well.
Yeah.
And also, it looks awesome. Just jumping over the Raytheon, just shooting its spine.
Yeah,
just
really
imagine
sweet.
the power you'll feel playing this thing when you're
It
jumping
just feels-
over
that-
the monster.
that just
jumping.
looks-
and the thing is, think of how quickly you'll break the back of these monsters.
Yeah, we
yeah.
already break them with the insect live so easily.
Exactly.
And now we can just break them even easier.
and smashing them with something like the switch axe or the charge blade or
Yeah.
whatever. But with this gun move, I mean, if you're a gun player, you're gonna have a good time.
So we got next.
Inside with the lance. Oh yes, the lance. How I love. Now that I'm looking at this video again, this doesn't actually appear to be volcanic hollow. This is
That's
sunken.
Yeah.
I don't know if we see volcanic hollow then.
Yeah, it was with the
Was
with
the
insect
Ignactor
live.
there?
Yes, the insect live. It was clearly a cliff in area 9, the sleeping area.
Oh, okay.
Area 9, yeah.
Alright. Anyway, I absolutely love the look of this super. You just have this supercharge, but what you don't notice inside the trailer unless you slow it
That you
down
hit with the
is you hit
shield.
with a shield first, and then you got your lance smack on top of that. I have a feeling it'll probably do double impact damage rather than cutting damage, which is what the lance does naturally.
I also think from how it looks like the shield will stun the monster.
That's what I was going to say. It looks like the shield
immobilize it.
bashes them, flinches them back,
Yeah.
and then you get a good shot at the belly or whatever.
Yeah. Well, on top of that, I think they specifically showed it fighting the Tetsukabra's teeth because it was known for the Tetsukabra's jaw, teeth, whatever, is known for its resilience, its ability to
Take a lot of
resist
hits.
cutting damage.
Yeah.
So its impact would be what you would use to break its tusks.
Yeah.
And on top of that, I mean, think of how easy taking out the Celtis Queen with her boyfriend on her head would be. Oh my god, she turns into a dump truck and it's not okay.
Yeah.
Imagine now it's just off the head Celtis and then stab her in the damn eye.
Anything else you have to say about the lance since it is your weapon?
Well, there's many different... I'll talk more about the lance during the styles portion of it because that really that's more important.
So next we get the hunting horn, but before the hunting horn we get the showing of the bigger version of the bouncy kangaroo dinosaur.
Yeah, the little joggies from before. This is obviously the mama. So,
I love it.
yeah.
It's so Quirapeko, and who doesn't love the Quirapeko? It's
Quirapeko is a cool monster.
yeah,
it
even if
looks
you don't
cool.
like fighting it, that's a different thing, but it's cool.
Yes, it is.
Yeah.
It's a flashy monster just like this one. It's got a bunch of feathers, it bounces around. But it looks so cool, and I love fighting this thing. But back to the weapons, we get the hunting horn. Now, the hunting horns, it's so cool. Like, you just get a swing, and you just let out a huge burst of sound, and you literally send the monster flying. You see it in the trailer.
The thing,
you literally
like,
he's
guys,
gone.
watch the trailer. It's actually, if you think about, if you kind of lose the, like, awesome factor of it, and you just watch it, it's actually quite comical. Like, the monster's just there roaring at you, and then the weapon comes down, and the monster's gone.
Yeah,
like, it's gone.
He's all screamed.
Like,
he went into the next area and he got knocked out.
Think of tossing a large monster around like they do you when they hit you with their tail.
Yeah, exactly. Like, no matter what you do in this game, I don't believe that there's a single weapon that can actually send a monster flying.
No, there's not. That I've seen, anyway.
But this one looked like it clearly did.
Yeah, I know. It definitely did.
So, absolutely, the monster was gone.
I'll have to wonder if it stuns it or something. Automatic stun.
Possibly. Like, I don't know what it's going to do, but I wonder if all monsters are affected by that, because obviously you couldn't go up to a Dalamadur and hit it with that thing and see a gigantic Dalamadur flying in the air.
I could definitely see that thing could confuse a monster, just because you hit that thing with the air, it just scrambles its brains from all the noise.
Well, I wonder how much damage it's going to do, because obviously a move like that, if its primary purpose is to stun,
it probably will be less damage.
Sorry?
It would probably be less damage.
Well, I don't know. I wonder
but I think this move's going to be more technical, because the hammer already hits like a truck.
Yeah, but you have to also consider monsters like the Dalamadur. If you can't stun them like that, because Dalamadur can't be stunned.
You just blow back a huge Elder Dragon, make it flop.
Yeah, like, you just have to think about which monsters can be affected by it, and obviously you're not going to see a giant Dalamadur flying away, or what's another monster that's arena-based?
Lucanlos. Or the,
you might be able to knock a
Molten T-Rex.
Like, I was more talking about Dalamadur style.
Like,
I guess the Ciatus is the
massive,
yeah.
I think the Ciatus is the only other one you could really talk about. What is it? The dragon from Monster Hunter 1. The Fatalis.
The Fatalis, the Agnactor, the Akamos.
Yeah, those things probably won't be able to be flipped.
I doubt it.
Though I think that the Fatalis can be stunned.
Yeah, I think you could at least flinch them.
I think the Dalamadur is the only exception.
I can see it depending on the monster's size. So you'll send that little Bobby monster flying.
And then again, there's no guarantee that Dalamadur will even be in this game.
Yeah.
Duren Moran, that was one.
Yeah, that was another.
Yeah.
Yes, the gigantic sand whale.
Whale.
They can take those fights out for all I care.
No, bring the Genmaran back.
What was that?
It's Monster Hunter 3's whale. You'll see it soon.
Oh, yeah, okay.
But it's a
I've seen
version.
it before, yeah.
And then there's a second version called the Hollow Genmaran.
Anyway, next in the the we have the Great Sword
and
doing his jump.
This is probably going to get such a good boost. When it comes to weapons, I think this is one of the weapons that's getting the greatest boost, because the mobility now and the damage you're going to be doing.
Great Sword had nothing before in mobility, but this will definitely make it, like, who better to get ride attacks than something doing with base 1400 damage?
Yeah.
Like, did you see that hit?
Yeah. And you clearly saw it jumped off the tail, because this monster looks like it's easier to jump off the tail off this one. Yeah. So I don't know if he'll be dependent, or he can just do it both ways.
That aerial style will make what's it called? The Najarala a lot easier of a cakewalk compared to what it used to be.
Najarala is...
Speaking of Najarala, it's back, and it was my first nightmare of the game. It was the first monster that gave me a problem. Well, I mean, think about me. Yeah. Dual blades run out of sharpness very quickly.
Yeah.
Me, first-time gamer with Monster Hunter, playing this in story mode, oh my god, it was a nightmare.
Yeah, so the next thing we gotta see is the Switch Axe fighting against the Najarala. Now since this is another weapon, this is clearly this is definitely the special, I'd say. Because literally, it looks like you literally unleash all of your file, and you just unleash this huge world that has incredible distance.
Yeah.
It's like
power. Did you see how it flinched?
Yeah, it just wrecked it.
The Najarala is known for having an armored head, but that thing just got slapped.
Like that move's just going to be raw power and raw range.
Yeah,
like the Switch Axe always been.
Like it hurt the Najarala. If there wasn't music to the background, I'm sure it broke something.
The bow is up next, and there's a lot of discussion about the bow. because not many people know what's going on. It's evidently the
Stat boost.
It's a stat boost or
But
something.
Here's what I think. Because it's like such a short little clip, you don't get to see much what's going on. What I think is you do get the stat boost, but I don't know what the time amount would be, but like let's say 20 seconds, 30 seconds, or a minute. The arrows come down from the sky and literally automatically hit whatever the monster is where it is, as long as they're in the same area, and just wail glory from heaven. I don't know.
Now, is that the subspecies of Zamtrios, if I'm not
That is the
mistaken?
Nibblesnarf.
That's the Nibblesnarf? Okay. I couldn't tell because I just saw the mouth was open.
Nibblesnarf.
Okay. And we got Martian Manhunter
We
here.
got... Is that the heavy?
Yeah, that's heavy.
This is definitely a special. I would not be surprised.
Yeah.
Because
Basically, just
you just see this
shoots a
kazoo
nuke at him.
Yeah, it shoots a nuke, knocks it off the ground, and it's done.
Yeah.
It just gets wrecked. And I don't think there's much to say. It's just a huge blast that will wreck anything.
Yeah, then we got someone fighting the bitcher that's trying to catch a wedge.
Was this...
What do you call the Kazoo again?
The Silverback Maguba?
Yes, the Silverback Maguba, straight off the wall, one hit.
Now we get the... I'm pretty sure this is also dual blades, which I think...
No, that's Sword and Shield.
Oh, that's Sword and Shield, okay.
Hold on, go back. Was it?
Yes,
Yeah.
it was.
I think-
100%.
Are you sure?
Yeah, I think that was revealed.
Look at his left hand. Okay,
There's a
Sword
shield on
Shield.
one, and
That's
they-
Sword Shield 100%.
That... Well, I don't think that's a special. I think that's a technique.
It might be, like, the first one had that spin, and the other one has that.
It's
so
really hard to
that's
tell
probably.
because they both seem very similar, so I don't know which one's the special or
Well,
not.
it might not even be a special. It might just be a
Two different
modified move set.
Yeah.
Because I assume that the weapons will be getting new moves.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Of course. Like, every weapon will get, like, 4 new different move sets. Like, they'll move differently and stuff.
Yeah.
Yeah.
So it'll be interesting. So then we get the Greatsword, which does a huge... I would say, like, I think it was a underswing, which completely knocks a kazoo
We already
down.
talked about the Great Sword. This isn't the Great Sword.
Yes, it is.
Yeah, it is.
Is it?
That's-
It's just a different video.
Yeah, there's
okay.
2 clips of the Great
Yeah.
Sword.
But then he gets a swing, and then he stabs the weapon in the ground, and he clearly gets a stat boost of some sort.
Yes.
Sort. Thank
Nibble
you.
Stort.
I know
Nibble
English.
I know it too. But that's definitely also good for the Great Sword.
Yeah.
Like, that's definitely the special. Because
Yeah.
the other was clearly not special.
Hey, it's the coolest monster alive.
Is he Nurgle?
Yeah.
He's a nerd.
Now this is definitely the flashiest looking of all the new specials, is the longsword. You do a very long drawback.
You have to
Technique.
time that
Yeah.
perfectly.
But it
Like,
look-
I can see that going wrong quick and people
But
getting
here's the thing,
frustrated
you
off.
you can't say for sure from how long that fight was going on, but he literally one slice and destroyed his horns.
Yeah.
Like
But
he
at the same time, you also have to consider what's actually going to happen versus this trailer, which is obviously rather cinematic compared to what actually happens in the game.
Yeah.
Someone's
Yeah.
not going to wait for, well, unless you're a really skilled player, isn't going to see the Zinogre charging at
Yeah,
you.
like-
I know exactly when to time it. Evidently, they'll be in multiplayer, or they'll have the monster knocked down, or whatever,
I'm pretty
and then they'll use that.
I'm pretty sure the only weapon that's like does that sort of thing is the hunting horn, because you have to know where the monster's positioned to hit its face to stun it.
Yeah.
And then we got the charge blade.
The charge blade.
I don't know what, like, you clearly get to see
That's the special.
you get a,
100p.
Yeah.
you get you got a large swing, and then the weapon goes back, but you don't get to see what happens after that, because I'm pretty sure there's something else that happens after that.
Yeah, there could be. It
I
pans
could
off to the
imagine.
other scene.
I could honestly imagine them lifting the weapon right after the swing. It goes down, and then he pulls it back up to the head, and it'll like do an explosion or something.
Maybe what it shows there is just the gist of it, because in
Think about like an anime, the screen
Yeah,
goes dark,
exactly.
and then you see like the slash, and it's like a star, and then the scene comes back, and the guy's sitting there, and it looks like he's okay.
Smash Bros. Greninja's Final Smash.
Yeah, or I mean, like in One Piece, when Zoro takes out his swords, and
exactly.
he's like Onigiri goes past him, and the guy looks fine, and he's touching himself. He's like, oh, okay, then explodes
Yeah.
in
it's not
blood.
really what I was expecting when he said anime. This is more along. I was thinking, since it's from Japan, more of the anime trope along the lines of, well, as you see here, the weapon starts to shake a little bit as it goes, and inside anime and stuff all the time, you have the superhero charge up this super powerful hit that it's just a massive, powerful slash, but it doesn't look all that much.
Yeah.
Like, it just looks like the weapon is filled with power.
And it's funny because I never really pay attention that much to it, but I thought like that slashing in the screen was more of a just a transition, but that's clearly doesn't look like a transition. So those slices are more for the actual move.
Yeah, that's what I thought initially. I didn't even think it was a transition.
I thought it was, but I guess I was wrong. So we already know about the villages. We talked about them. So then we get
we are actually drawing closer to our end game here.
Yeah.
But there are a couple things we'll go over before we.
But we got to talk
finish
about the 4 most important things. Well, I'd say the special moves were the most important, and the styles. Oh yeah, we have to talk about styles before then. I forgot.
Oh yeah, styles.
So there's 4 different styles. Now I can't remember.
I know them all. Here.
Okay, thank you.
I remember them all. Okay, there's Legacy Style. I remember the name of that one.
Isn't that
Legacy Style is the basic.
Yeah,
it's exactly how you played before, but they're not.
But they're better.
Yeah, they're not gypping you of how you used to play. But they're still making it viable. You can play exactly how you played in 4, but you'll be getting buffs. As shown in
your weapons get different colors.
Yeah, different colors. We don't know what those colors do. Maybe they give you a defensive buff. Maybe it's like honing.
Yeah, maybe it's a free honing.
Could be.
Because that would make a lot of sense. But then again, there was one that was blue, so I don't understand.
Yeah. No idea really, but there are different colors means different power-ups, means you're more powerful in Legacy mode, so you're not at a disadvantage.
So pretty much if you like your old set, you gotta keep it if you want.
Then there's Aerial.
Which is the riding.
Aerial is the one where you get a hop on stuff. It's supposed to make you a lot more mobile. It's supposed to be really good for single player because in single player you're constantly the target and you want to be out of the way. Yeah. So that'll be a whole new ball game with the aerial for rides.
That's going to be. I think that's going to be a great stuff for things like the great sword, the slower weapons.
Well, I was thinking that it would be best on the insect glaive.
Shut up. That makes no sense, and I refuse to put that. I will not use aerial on an insect glaive.
Every night when you go to bed, I will change it to aerial for you.
Okay. You can't. Styles are determined at the beginning of each match, at the beginning of each mission, so you just select which one you want for that match.
Well, then I'll just say, hey, look over there, click.
Yeah. That one's all aerial and whatnot. You hop over monsters. Then there is I can't remember what it's called, but it's one that powers up your special to its maximum power.
Here's the special
so
set.
it will, whatever you do to get specials in this game, it makes it'll probably make that easier. It will make that move
gauge or something
extra powerful. The entire concept behind the set is that you are constantly going to be trying your best to get off your special and do as much damage as possible from whatever your special might be.
Probably the most.
Sounds like something I'd use. To be completely honest.
Like
I was talking about raw power.
I think. What's the next one called again?
The last style is. I can't remember what it's called, but you're supposed to take a tricky situation and make it into something better.
Yeah, see, I think that's definitely the healing staff, if that's what I'm thinking, right? Where they get this different stat boosts.
Well, it was also
he was talking the dual blades way, right?
Yeah.
Because you could
hop through the fireball and hit the monster into the head. Now, my personal opinion of what that style is going to be, the tricky situation, is that not only can you have evasion on your armor, like a lance evade set, but you can also, on top of that, have evasion on your moves. So let's say you're using a move. If you time your move right, your attacks right, you will be able to have a period of invulnerability prior to that attack.
So I'll definitely be your set.
Yeah, exactly. I'm all about evading. I like not being hit at all. So
I think I'll use, as long as I'm right about that different stats for the staff, I'll be using that for the insect glaive, and I'll be using the aerial for the switch axe.
Yeah.
Or maybe the special, because I feel like the special would be really good on that thing.
Yeah.
I don't know. But it looks very interesting.
The styles, I think, are just going to be a whole new ballpark for this game. Like, I don't know what the chance...
And I'll definitely be retrying every weapon, just because
of different
with each
styles, different moves.
Because I'm not a big fan of the greatsword because it's just not my style, but now that there's different styles, I can play around with it and see, okay, maybe I'm a big fan of the aerial one or the special, I don't know.
Yeah, I'm interested to see whether people are going to become hooked on particular styles for particular weapons. Like, if everyone's going to if you're greatsword, you gotta use aerial, or if or if
I think
it really will be up to the person how they want to play.
Yeah,
Well, absolutely, and I think it's nice because if you go on, let's say you play online a lot, like I do occasionally. I don't know if you guys do,
No,
but if you go online and play with like randoms a lot, let's say you end up in a room of people that are all using great swords, or all using like there's 2 great swords, and like no one will have the same moveset.
Yeah.
I mean, unless one does turn out just like Pokemon, where like one certain moveset does turn out to be the dominant one, and
Like,
everyone freaking runs it.
I
But
could honestly imagine.
I could see everyone catering it to their own personal preferences, and that's what I really am looking forward to with this. Is that because people are going to start having their own movesets, and it's not going to be cookie cutter the same for everyone.
Exactly.
Yeah.
It's going to
So
be great.
you could have 4 different insect lives, but they could all be different.
Exactly.
You could have a support. You could have the ordinary riding one.
And think about
aerial.
it. Think about it too. Is that not only do we have these new styles, these new specials, these new movesets, but we still have the selection of different kinds, like a Ceregios one, a Eucanlos one, a what's the bunny called? Whatever
Lagombi.
like the Lagombi one. Like you'll have not only different types of weapons, but different styles, different sets, and it'll just be so diverse. No one's gonna have the same set twice, kind of, right? Like
Yeah.
it's gonna be great. I can't wait. It's gonna be great.
Well, I think we can go to the. I think that was the final topic.
Yeah.
Is the 4 new flagship monsters? So I decided to go with 4 instead of 1. I'm happy to hear the Gormagala's not in this game. I'm pretty sure.
Well,
From what
there's
the-
no guarantee, but
I think they've confirmed that. I think I heard that somewhere, but don't quote me on it.
yeah, I don't know.
I thought one of the armor sets here.
that
looked
made me
like
happy
Gormagala,
because
but I
that
could be
means
wrong.
Apex is gone.
Apex can go away. I don't
No
like
one likes
Apex.
it.
I don't really care for Frenzy either. It's all just a bunch of hogwash waste of time that nobody wants to constantly be throwing up stupid Y stones.
Just
But,
to be able to hit.
Yeah, I know.
It's not a difficult thing. It's just an annoying.
But I
thing.
wouldn't mind the Gormagala being back because,
No,
to be
I love it.
honest,
I
I
love
love the Gormagala just because it's so easy to fight.
Exactly.
um,
But if it means getting rid of Apex and Outbreak and all that dumb stuff,
Yeah.
I'm
Give
fine
it
with
up,
that.
yeah,
yeah, the
definitely.
Rajang's hard enough without
Yeah.
Apex.
Without being Apex, like mega Rajang
But
thing. God, I hate it.
Back on the topic, we have the.
We have Lux's butterfly.
Yeah,
Oh, sorry,
you call
wait.
it a
I
butterfly.
forgot.
You mean Ceregios hybrid
Yeah,
that looks
stained
like
glass.
stained glass?
Oh, I can imagine this.
Stained glass
I
Ceregios.
guarantee you this is going to have a great insect live. I can just see it now.
That could be, yeah.
It looks like an insect live monster.
Well, like I see, I
Self-sharpening
really
based on
like how.
healing.
No, it seems to have some thunder blight or something.
I really
Oh.
like how they made a subspecies of Ceregios look like with stained glass, because
Yeah.
what do you think of when you see glass is sharp? Like glass is very serrated, very sharp. It's awesome. Like it went from metal to glass. And the color scheme on it,
I know.
are you kidding? It's incredible. Like this green glowing
It looks like
stained
it's straight
glass
out of
on a
a-
golden green.
It looks like it is straight out of a Bionicle collector
So
set.
It actually does. Yes, no.
So I want to point out, like, if you can see the video, when they're fighting the first little butterfly dragon.
Ceregios.
Butterfly dragon.
Ceregios.
I've been looking at this kitty's outfit for so long, and I swear it is a lemur. Like, I've been constantly looking back, and it looks like a little lemur.
It
with
could be
its
a
tail.
Quetzalcoatl armor.
Well, no, the Quetzalcoatl armor has been made, and plus, it literally looks like a lemur. Like,
Oh,
the
yeah.
black.
I think it
Right.
looks like a cat wearing a green hat.
It looks like a lemur.
It does look like a lemur.
I think it looks like a lemur
A
wearing.
lemur or a raccoon?
I mean, a cat wearing a lemur outfit.
Or a
Maybe.
raccoon.
So maybe there's a new lemur monster. I don't know. I just want to point that out as a
And
possibility.
next monster, Ice Age.
We got Mammothmon. Nice Digimon.
No, I'm pretty sure this is Ice Age, and I'm pretty sure that monster is voiced by Raymond.
Ray
from
Romano?
Yeah, Ray Romano. Everybody
this
loves
is-
Raymond.
Hey guys, I
see-
just want to tell
see,
y'all
listen.
that I'm here to kick your ass.
See this?
Plug my nose to make my voice. Yeah.
So clearly, as we can
Rob!
see, shut up. So as we can clearly see, this is not 3's winter location or anyone that I know of personally. I think I saw a bit of 2's with the Brute Tigrex, not the Brute Tigrex, the Tigrex, and this is the closest it looks. So I'm not 100% sure if this is new or it's an old from 2, but that's what the location looks like to me.
Can we just take a moment? Like, I know you guys can't see this unless maybe this is part of the video section. Don't play the all.
I'll probably add it.
But that when the mammoth's head was down like that, the eye to it, like right there, he looks fed up with everything. Like like that is Ray Ramona. All right, I told you, Sid, don't piss me off.
I honestly never noticed its eyes, but the thing about this monster, it is massive.
Oh, it's huge. It's one of the new like god.
It's like
it looks monsters.
it looks like
It looks like he could give you a Eucanlos a piggyback ride.
Yeah, exactly.
And it's like, and I'm pretty sure these aren't elder dragons.
No,
that's not an elder dragon. That's a mammoth.
Well, anything can be an elder dragon.
Probably a. No, it's not brute wyvern. Wyverns are different.
It'd be a beast, large beast.
Yeah,
like
right.
the Quetzalcoatl.
Yeah.
But the thing is, the one thing I know is you are going to be using the aerial on this thing.
No, actually, it's a mammoth beast.
I'm gonna slap you across the face.
But and clearly you're going to be using aerial against this thing. You're just going to jump off its tusks and jump on top of its back and hit it.
Don't tell me what to do. I'm not gonna use aerial now.
Yeah, honestly. Come on, man. I'm not playing Shadow of Colossus here.
I'm going for the legs.
They literally decided
it's armored legs.
Oh yeah, now that you notice it, it has ice on its back leg.
Yeah.
And its front legs have armor. That's terrifying.
You obviously break
Basically,
the ice.
it's saying, go die, dual blade users.
Hey now, I will persevere.
So the monster, you're clearly going to break the tusk, you're going to break the ice off the legs, and I don't know, break the back. No, you'll probably
break the head.
Yeah, the head, because it has a huge arm.
I'd say you can break all four legs, tusks, and head.
And now for
maybe
my
even cut off the trunk.
flagship
Maybe instead of cutting
monster.
off tail, cutting off trunk.
Now for my favorite.
No, I can't.
No, you don't think so?
If I recall from what they
That
said,
would
that's
be
it.
rather gory for Monster Hunter, even.
Like, yeah, we've gotten used to tail, but I think they said that's one of its main use of attacks. It's pretty much its main fighting use.
Okay, but Raytheons swing their tail all the time.
Yeah, but it's fireballs. You can't cut off its head and get fireballs off.
If you cut off your head, you win.
I know.
You cut off the Velocidrome's head, I win.
You break its head.
You can cut off its head. You can bring its head as a quest reward to people.
Okay.
That's a thing. It is. Look it up.
We got a little Asian game. But
Like,
okay.
you don't see it, but you can actually get it from quest rewards. You can get the head, not just the crest, the head.
Yes.
Alright, let's talk about Bubble Buddy now.
So Bubble Buddy, which we think is the Asian location from 3.
Yeah, so
Because
sure
that
looks
waterfall, I remember a waterfall from that location.
I remember fighting
It's where
Pink
you
Blue
go.
Drop.
Yeah,
there,
exactly.
So.
And look what this thing is, a Pink Blue Drop. But
Now, a lot of people are speculating that this Bubble Buddy dragon, Bubble Buddy is a new Bubble Blight. Bubble Buddy Blight.
Try saying that 5 times fast.
Wow, that's tough.
Wow, I messed up on the first one.
we give up.
Anyway, it doesn't show too much of what it does, but a lot of people have noticed that you get the blight and then your character starts slipping. So maybe that's what it is. Maybe it's kind of like paralysis, except slipping.
Honestly, I'm just more curious to see if it is Bubble Blight, what the weapon Bubble Blights do.
Yeah.
Maybe it reduces damage from monsters' attacks.
Maybe it gives you a buddy.
I could.
That time I slapped him.
slapped.
I can imagine it makes the monster trip up easily. So if you hit it in its leg afterwards, after it's got Bubble
It
Blight,
gets weak
it'll
in the
just
knees.
slip. Yeah, it gets weak knees.
Well, yeah, it could be that it reduces the chance
Friction
for,
on the ground.
yeah, it could help with the whole tripping.
That almost looks like a Legiacris mixed with a Ludroth.
Yeah, pretty
Yeah.
much. Pretty much, people have made that comparison.
It just looks so sexy.
But it's so majestic. And
This is my favorite.
Yeah.
The Tyrannosaurus Rex.
Now, this one I find-
Rex is spelled WRECKS because it's gonna.
Now,
wreck
this isn't
you.
the first version of this particular monster, though. Inside,
No, in Pokemon, it actually had a fossil Pokemon called Tyrantrum, and as you can see, oh no, you ever seen the original?
Well, this one
movie,
actually's got speed.
The movie Dinosaur with Alan the Iguanodon, or
No.
his name was like Alan, I think. You never seen the movie Dinosaur?
No.
It was like it was a Disney Pixar movie, I think, or no, it was DreamWorks. It was Disney or DreamWorks, and like the dinosaurs could talk and everything. And there was these meat
on the land
eaters.
before time.
No,
Okay.
no, it was different. And there's these meat eaters, and they called them Carnotaurs. And this is actually exactly what that looks like. It looks like a Carnotaur. It's amazing.
So we got...
You're probably bringing back the nostalgia of some poor 90 kids who were probably going to go cry now.
Hey, man! Like, I watched that movie. I watched the crap out of that movie, man.
This is a new T-Rex. Now, this is clearly one of those monsters similar to the Baroth, where it's not it's based off an animal, obviously, just like how the Barroth was, but the more like design of how it fights is not based off of an animal this time. It's based off of a blacksmith.
Well, again, this isn't the first version of this monster. Inside of Monster Hunter, what's the online one? Monster Hunter. Oh goodness.
3, 2, 1.
No, the online one.
Oh, Freedom.
No, it's not Freedom Unite.
Yeah.
That's 2.
Yeah. What is it called?
Try?
No, I don't remember. Who cares?
Oh,
Monster Hunter Online.
Yeah, Monster Hunter Online. There's a monster that looks very, very similar to this. Exact same tail techniques and stuff like that with the blacksmithing. So this is just another monster from the Monster Hunter Online, but it is a variation, a subspecies of that monster.
So and this could have
this
could have a more useful version of the Seregios' self-sharpening, because as you were saying, it kind of sharpens its own tail.
That is true.
Yeah,
because
that's true.
Pretty much what this thing is, when I say the comparison to a blacksmith, as in photos, which I'll bring up, I'll find them. But you have 3 different stages for this dragon. First is its tail is blue, as we can clearly see right now. That's when it's at its core material, like its ore. It's not like a sword yet or anything. But as it keeps sharpening its weapon, it becomes red, sort of like how a blacksmith puts their weapon into
the fire,
into the
oven. Red and
it turns red, and they can shape
very malleable.
And then after a while, it cools down and turns into a sleek black tail, and that becomes its final and most powerful hitting.
That's pretty awesome.
And I don't think it'll revert after a while. So I think once it's gone at that point, that's the hardest fight you'll have to do, but you'll have to beat it that way anyways.
Probably that would be cool though.
Yep. He's definitely the fight. He's probably going to be tough.
Well, yeah, like I imagine he's the new
tough.
Devil Joe or whatnot.
Like the Devil Joe was. I hate the design of the Devil Joe. It just looks like a pickle. But I mean, like this thing, I can't.
How can you hate the Grand Dill Pickle?
How do you think?
I don't know. I like it.
Yeah, if they decide to have it, like, I honestly doubt all 4 of those are not Elder Dragons. I honestly don't think so. But if there is one, it's definitely the T-Rex. If they do decide one to be an Elder Dragon, sort of
I could see that. The Seregios wouldn't be, because it's a lot already.
Imagine if it goes all Gormagala on us and turns into a second form, Shigara Magala.
That would be terrifying.
The tyrant.
Oh, so like it's because you were saying like its tail's like an ore. What if, unbeknownst to us, its whole body was like an ore and it breaks off and becomes stronger,
jaded,
and it's like this massive serrated.
It becomes like It becomes like a diamond version of itself.
But the thing is, I mean, that would be cool. But at the same time, fans might be annoyed because it would be repetitive. Like, oh, so now every flagship monster is just gonna break away and have this secret ultimate form.
So that's pretty much breaking the mold already.
Yeah. Well, I mean,
I don't know.
Anyway, I guess the only other thing we could talk about
is the most important thing.
The sheep.
Goddamn sheep.
No, I wasn't about to say that.
It's an alpaca.
It's an alpaca! Yes!
So, a raise of hands, even though you can't see, who likes the alpaca way more than the piggy?
My hands are down.
Mine are way higher.
Yes.
It's just a bigger mouth to feed.
Yeah, but it's so cute.
I hate them.
Oh.
It's so kawaii. It bounces.
I guess for the last thing we could just mention is the fact that we wonder if we're even going to get it here. Are we going to get it as you, or are we going to get it as Cross, G, and Ultimate?
I think they'll keep it as you. Yeah. Like, keep the trend going as you. They won't give us all these different
I
games.
hope they don't bring it here early. I know a lot of people are so super, I want to play it now, I want to play it now. We just got 4, guys.
Yeah, I mean, the taste of 4 is still in my mouth. Like, I started playing a little bit late, but at the same time, it came out February. It came out this year. It's only June.
Not to mention, Japan's still getting DLC for 4 as far as I know. And we're only, like, maybe half as much DLC at the moment that they do. They still have to release our DLC all the way to December, and Monster Hunter Cross, I believe, is August coming out?
December.
Oh, is it December? Okay.
Yeah, December.
Okay, it's coming out in December for them, so I seriously doubt that it's going to be here, considering we're still getting DLC all the way to that point. I'm still guessing Christmas next year or early spring.
See, I think because of the results of how well Monster Hunter 4 does, as long as they work fast, I definitely think it'll be the December of next year.
Well, you're going to have to listen to 8-4 podcast if you want to find out if Monster Hunter is going to get translated quickly,
Yeah.
considering they're the ones who do it. Yeah, good podcast too if you want to listen to them. But anyway, I think we can
end the podcast there.
We can end it. Yeah,
We got a good
Yeah, it
discussion.
seems good. I mean, that was about an hour and a half or so. But, I mean, hey guys, as you said when we opened, we hope you like this. It's going to be an edition, probably every other week. So there won't be one next week, but the week after, look forward to it. It's something that I think we all enjoyed doing. My first ever podcast. I don't know about you guys if you've ever done them before. Yeah. But, no, I mean, we had a lot of fun. We would love to hear your feedback. So, I mean, if you're watching this on YouTube, give us some comments. Let us know, like, what do you think's gonna happen? What do you think? Are we wrong? Is that not a Ceregios? Is that actually a butterfly dragon?
It is a butterfly dragon.
What do you think?
By the way, if you think it's a butterfly dragon, you can unsubscribe right now.
Unsubscribe, and I hope that our 20 subscribers do not believe what Lucas is saying here because we just lost our viewers.
Yeah. Well, actually, the more important question is, who's going to voice act the mammoth?
Me.
Hey guys!
Yeah, right. That's right. And we have to get a sloth, and we have to get a saber-tooth tiger. The Narkuga's coming back, and then we're getting a sloth. Oh wait, no, we have the what's the monkey called from Thor? The weak one. Kachawacha. He is a half sloth.
Is he a sloth?
Yeah, he's a monkey. He's a monkey.
He's a lemur sloth.
Okay. He's a lemur sloth elephant sort of thing.
Okay.
But he's definitely a sloth.
No, it's like a anteater almost. It's not elephant.
Yeah, I don't know.
We just need a joggy version of that monster, and that can be said.
Yeah. Well, I think we can end it there.
We can end it there.
All right, see you guys later.
See ya.
See ya.